down production is going to take a leap. I don't believe he's a top 10 receiver. That's just me personally. I'm not taking him over Tyreek, Devontae, D-Hop, Diggs, Ridley, Julio, Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf, Mike Evans, excuse me. AB with a situation where he could be a number one, I'm not taking him over those. There's some other guys. A.J. Brown, I'm not taking him over that. Justin Jefferson, I'm not taking him over that. But, Skip, the question is, Amari Cooper, is he going to be healthy? Jerry Jones gave this man $20 million. You believe that he's going to jump Amari making $20 million because he's better or because Amari's injured?
Well, he's coming off ankle surgery.
Right, but they say he's going to be healthy. They say he's going to be good to go. He like that.
Looks like it, yep.
So I don't see that happen. Now, I do expect him to crack. I'll say he'll get 1,100 yards, 1,150-plus yards this year. I'll go that because he was slightly under 1,000 last year.
Yep.
So I believe they'll lean on him a little bit more. The question is Amari healthy? I don't see him jumping Amari. If Amari isn't healthy, that's the natural progression, is that he slides into the number one role. That's why you see them starting to move him around and play some of the positions that Amari would normally occupy.
Okay. I tried to tell you this the day after the draft, right? The night of, I tweeted it.
Yep.
Day after, I came right in here and I said, uh-oh, you're now in trouble, because I told you from the start he is going to be the best receiver in his class. And I know Justin Jefferson had a breakout, magical rookie year last year in Minnesota. I give you all the above. Although, do you remember that catch that CeeDee made against Justin Jefferson's team up in Minneapolis?
Yeah.
You remember that catch? I think we might have it.
You know we got it.
Oh, yeah, we do have it. Oh.
Talk about we might have it. You know we got it.
Circus catch. Is that any good?
Yeah.
That's what he does. That's who he is.
What about that one on Thanksgiving?
That was from Andy Dalton. God, was that any good? He 360.
He dropped one earlier. You remember he
dropped one. It was a big drop. He was a rookie. Yep.
Whoa. What about the one in Washington on Thanksgiving?
No, it was in Dallas.
Oh, that was in Dallas, right?
Jerry World, yeah.
You dropped that one too?
No, that was the only one he dropped.
Oh, my bad.
That was a big drop.
My bad.
Okay, so I tried to tell you this, and I also told you right out of the box, I said he will soon be number one over Amari, just on sheer ability, just on sheer circus catch ability, just because he's a little better all the way around than Amari, who's really good.
Yeah,
except he wasn't on the road in 2019.
He's better than Amari.
Yep, he's better than Amari.
No, he's not.
So what did Dak say in episode 2 of Hard Knocks as he was standing on the sideline? Unfortunately, he wasn't actually throwing the football. He was watching backup quarterbacks throw footballs, deep balls to CeeDee Lamb, who has been moved out of the slot to wide receiver where he belongs. And Dak said, that's an easy guy to throw a go ball to. You could hear him underneath saying, that's an easy guy to throw a go ball to. And he concluded CeeDee just walks underneath him. It's like he's moving so effortlessly. He's actually moving faster than the DB, and he just sort of walks underneath it and catches it. What did I also tell you? He's going to return punts this year, and you said, no, he's not. They can't risk it. He's just too good not to risk it. So what did he do on the first punt the other night on Saturday night? Who was back to catch it? CeeDee Lamb was back to catch it. So every once in a while, when you need the game breaker, you put him back there. The way Deshaun used to go back there.
Yeah, Skip, if you're backed up, let's just say you're down, say, 3 points, or you're down 4 points, and you got the team backed up. Yes, I'll put him back there. But as an every down punt returner, you see they graduated from Deshaun. They graduated from Tyreek. That wasn't their normal. Early on, that was Deshaun. Every punt return, he was back there. Tyreek, every punt, kick return, he was back there. But as he got better at the receiver game, he was there too valuable. He's too valuable to risk it, because just a nick and you put him. Nah, it's not worth it, Skip.
Okay. So my man Field Yates at ESPN wrote this about fantasy football, and I'll remind you, Field got his start for the Patriots under Bill Belichick. Also went to Wesleyan, where Bill went to college, and Field Yates was a scout for the Patriots and then graduated up sort of to ESPN, and now he's a big fantasy expert for ESPN. And he wrote that now CeeDee Lamb is the captain of his fantasy favorite team. This is the player I'm most excited about in this group, one who oozes stardom in fantasy this season. Okay, so I don't play fantasy, but I know how it works, obviously, so I get your point. but we're still talking about high productivity from the wide receiver position.
Well, you do realize that, like, Tyreek has 17 touchdowns.
Yep.
Devontae.
Okay, I got it. By the end of this year, you will be telling me that CD is a top 10 receiver. This will be his year.
How many touchdowns you say CeeDee has? Double digits?
I don't think that way. I don't think about, because I'm not a fantasy player, so I'm not thinking about how many. I just say in overall impact, by the end of the year, you will come in and sit in that chair and say, you know what? You got me. He is a top 10 receiver. He will be better than a lot of those guys that you put on that list, because this is going to be his sophomore breakout season. Yes, it will be. And as Field Yates goes on to write, it was an act of divine Dallas intervention that he slipped to the 17th pick. It was. I went crazy.
It wasn't no divine intervention, Skip. They didn't want him. People address needs.
But, well, they didn't need a receiver, and they took him because he's just too good. Would they have him 4th on their board, I believe, overall? And he says that, I believe CeeDee Lamb is the one heading for the moon this season in fantasy. His catch radius has a diameter comparable to planet Earth, which is true. He can catch it anywhere at any time.
Oh, my God.
Throw it in his area code, and he will catch it.
No, stop it.
You're going to see it. He got stuck last year with a bunch of, like a parade of backup quarterbacks, and they didn't have any healthy offensive line.
Let me ask you a question. Let's see. Is Tyreek stuck with a parade of... What about Devontae? What about Diggs?
Well, they weren't stuck with parade of backups.
Exactly. Ridley.
Right?
Now Julio, Tannehill.
Yeah, if you put Tyreek in Dallas's offense last year, you've been just another receiver.
No, don't do that, Skip.
I couldn't get him the ball.
No, don't do that. 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 Skip, but like I said, I mean, look, he might, I believe he'll get you 1,100 yards. I believe he'll get you 8 touchdowns. But to crack that, Skip, to crack the top 10 wide receivers, man, he gonna have to take a monumental jump. Well, he ain't gonna catch rate has got to be Jupiter.
Okay, Jupiter. I'll give you Jupiter.
Yeah, that's what he got to be. He got to be the biggest fan. He got to be Jupiter.
Okay. Remember Jerry on Hard Knocks just raving to Michael Irvin about him? Another 88. Like, this is going to be his year. We just got to figure out a way.
I'm not talking wide receiver with Jerry.
Just put the ball in his hands. That's it.
Michael Irvin, okay. Mike geeked. But Mike geeked about everything the Cowboys. Skip, you know that.
Yeah. Michael was pretty good at playing number 88 receiver, wasn't
he? Of all the former players that love their team, Mike is number 1. Mike, the biggest cheerleader of all the retired players. When they go back to bed, like, Mike, ain't nobody trying to